Well, good morning, YouTube friends and family. Woo! You should always look in the mirror before you get on live. So, it's good to see you. I know it's been quite a few days. Y'all, last week was quite a lot for me. It was double and triple appointments every day, but I'm already at the hospital, which has an attached cancer center. That's hard to say. And y'all, I didn't schedule this ahead because I was honestly not sure. Pull this over because I need the chair. How I was going to feel and if I was going to have time this morning, because from here out through this round of radiation and chemo I'm having, and I say this round because I don't know if this is it or there'll be more. No one knows yet. You know, it just depends on how I react to everything. So anyway, it's been moved up to 8:15 from 10:30. The hospital is, I need to leave about 45 minutes. Hi, Victoria. You haven't hit a live for a while, and I know I go live early. Oh gosh, there's 4 people on. Well, welcome everyone. If you are on a device, you can say hi. I'd love for you to say hi so I know who I'm speaking to. But at any rate, I got through that. So I don't want to monopolize every single video, so I'm going to show you a few things I'm working on, talk about my hopes and dreams for Memorial Day weekend. This coming up weekend, if you're in the US, we celebrate Memorial Day in, it's usually, well, it's not usually, it's always on a Monday. So everything's closed down. So next week, I don't have my chemo and radiation until Tuesday. So I actually have a 3-day weekend. And y'all, when you're driving, you know, like, okay, what is that? Like an hour and a half every day. And yesterday, we left here at 7:30, and I say we because my good friend Grace, and Grace, thank you so much, took me because they wanted somebody with you your first chemo, in case you had any sort of a reaction, or the IV Benadryl made you sleepy. It made me sleepy for about like 5 minutes, and then I was fine. So we were there from, anyway, we left here at 7:30 and I got home at 3. So it was a very long day. And I was extremely tired. And then I talked to my son for like, I don't know, maybe an hour. And guys, I always have, it takes me hours usually to fall asleep. I was out by 6 o'clock last night. Good morning, Kimberly. I've missed you guys. Y'all have no idea, because YouTube has been such a center part of my life and my job, and I've made so many good friends of you all, and I feel horribly negligent that I can't be on. But here's the thing, y'all. I've learned a lot of lessons, which, you know, I'm trying to share them in a very positive light, because, you know, cancer's not a whole lot of fun, and neither is the treatment journey. But one of the things I can tell you, if you're going through a health crisis, or you're facing like the chemo radiation type thing, you maybe have a cancer as well, don't do the guilt trip, guys. Let yourself rest. The best thing, because I fought it so hard at first, the best thing is just rest. And if you need to let things go, let things go. Good morning, Judy. Gosh, all my faves. I shouldn't play favorites, but all my peeps are on that have been around for quite some time. And y'all, I apologize that this is a really stretchy long dress. I got this at the thrift store on the fill your bag for $5 day, and it's super cute. Let me show you guys. It's actually a maxi. Well, you can't tell. So what I do, because I'm short, is I tie it up, and it really keeps it from dragging the floor. And then the back is like a lace. And then this is one of the greatest bargains. I'll try to, well, I guess I can still link it. I have found, and that is these tank top bras. No underwire. I got them because I thought, oh, good, I won't have to take off my bra for radiation. No, you still have to take off your bra. But they're 100% cotton. They're fruit of the loom. So comfortable for summer. So I had gotten like the standard pack, which was gray, black, white, and beige. They're $18 for 4. Now, some of the color combos are more. So I was like, well, I'll just get the basics. I like them so much that I got this set, which is, you know, one of my favorite colors. And so if your top slips down, it helps a bit with coverage because it's not going anywhere. This is this color, like a royal blue flower, and I think another white. So I now have 8 of them because I love them that much. And I think they'll be great for summer too. So yeah, if you're wondering what all this is, y'all, because I'm thin in my neck, who knew? And like right in my upper chest, this is actually the catheter, and you can feel it and follow it down to the actual port. Now I'm bruised up, excuse me, from being, well, for goodness sakes, from being stuck yesterday. So yesterday I had radiation, lab work, saw the nurse practitioner, and for the first time in my life, guys, and you're gonna laugh about this, they fussed at me because they said, well, you've lost 4 pounds in 2 weeks. Guys, 4 pounds can be water. It can be your clothes you had on one day to the next. So, you know, I'm actually now finally in the upper 130s. And I say that not because I want to lose any more weight, but because that's a more normal weight. Actually, 125 is my normal weight. So I just don't want to lose weight because I'm sick. I would want to lose weight because I'm exercising and healthy. So I'm not trying to lose weight. So it's the first time in my life anybody's ever fussed at me for losing a little bit of weight. But it's all good, and I am eating well as I possibly can. Anyway, nurse practitioner. Then for chemo, good morning, Donna. For chemo, they gave me so many medicines. I got the cortisone. I'll tell you about that in a minute, or the steroid, an anti-nausea medicine, a reflux medicine, the Benadryl. All of that had to go in before the 2 chemos, which is Taxol and cisplastine, I think. Guys, don't quote me on the C one, and the C one. So I did get pretty nauseous, and I've been a little busy in the restroom. I'll leave it at that. But a lot of time, what are you doing in treatments to create joy in your soul? I'm going to talk about that. The side effects probably will be worse over the next day to 2 days as they ripen or whatever. But so far, I'm doing okay. I have a lot of energy today, excuse me for squirming, because of the steroid. And one of the things about the steroid is it jumped my sugar up 40 points. So keeping a very close eye on it. I may have to do the insulin, or it may, subside as the 10 milligrams IV, which is like about 40 by mouth, subsides. Anyway, okay, so what am I doing for joy? Well, guys, not a whole lot, but I'm trying. So Uncle Steve is going to be here on Friday, and he's going to do some, I'll say, heavy work for me. My gutters need cleaned out. I need to drag out these 2 big hoses, and they're just really heavy, and he can help me with that and rearrange the deck. I'm going to put some soil in my veggie pod so that I can get a couple plants. I haven't even done a tomato. So what am I going to do for joy? Well, we're going to take a trip to Friendly Knoll Farm this weekend. I'm watching for the sales, y'all. And if you haven't seen me in person, y'all, for a while, you may be like, what's wrong with your eyes and where did your eyelashes go? My eyelashes haven't fallen out. I took off my lash extensions. they kind of fall out over time, and then I use some cream to remove them. My own lashes are very healthy. They're just, if you can see, they're really, really light even, and I'm wearing mascara. Yeah. So I feel like I have a blank look on my face. My son said to me last night, "Are you going to get the Betty Boop look again?" And actually, guys, I'm going to try a little different style. I was talking to my lash lady this morning already, where they're just not as thick, and they'll be shorter on the inside and then get a little bit longer on the outside, a little more natural look. I love my overdone Betty Boop lashes, but you know, you can switch up your styles every once in a while, and especially if you're starting from scratch, excuse me. So we're going to go to Friendly Knoll in Jamestown, Friendly Knoll Farms, and look at all their flowers. And I might get ambitious and plant a few little thises and thates. It'll help once the hose is drug out. I'm going to change up the water system now that it's summer for the chickens. So I may need a little help with that from Uncle Steve. And then it's supposed to be dry, but we'll see, you guys. I'm actually going to work on Magic Pharmacist. So this is one of those light up 3D wooden puzzles that you put. Hubby made the mistake of asking if I want to go plant shopping for your 12 by 24 and you fill the whole greenhouse. Girl, that's smart. He'll learn, and if he doesn't, woohoo. So I have opened the box. That's all I've done. So it'll look something like this. I think it is so neat. I ordered it, of course, with Frankie's approval. And there's a lot of stickers that you put on. And then it's like these. Sorry, guys. It's heavy. This is all the wood pieces. You punch them out. The Unknown for me. And it has a little bit of sandpaper, emery cloth, whatever. So I guess the, oh, it comes with some glue. Oh, okay, good to know. Well, I need some more glue, but I have a lot of glue in my paper crafting supplies, so I should be okay. So I'm gonna start that before I start on my next building block set. Well, my goodness, y'all, sorry. I'll figure that out in a minute. So let me show you what I'm working on there. Just a lot of fun. So I'm loving the new Fun Hole, and they are going to change their name to something a little less easy to make fun of. And they're actually made in Germany. This is not a China product, but this is the Asian themed. You know, they have like sushi and just all kinds of things. Look, and a kitty. So I actually bought this thinking I'd build it and give it to my son. So when he was down for Mother's Day, I showed him, and he's like, yeah, Mom, you can just keep that one. He's a minimalist, so he thought it was really cool, and he's constantly giving me updates. He's got one of the guys at his work actually building them too, so, you know, I think that's kind of cool, you know, that he's taken an interest. That boy calls me like every day. He's been so good to me. Gotta love him. So that's some things that we're going to do. And I want to show you what has gone on in my garden. So yes, I want to do some outdoor things. Guys, I don't have real great Wi-Fi distance. So, you know, I could use data, I think, but I don't know how good the quality would be. So probably what I will do is have, instead of a live, I'll probably have like a real video, don't faint, right? So, you know, I'm planning all these things and I'm hoping and praying that I can do them. But I get my second dose of iron yesterday. they don't recheck your iron levels until at least a month after your first dose, because it takes that long for the iron to help build the red blood cells and the hemoglobin, etc., fully get the full effect. So I was very pleased that my hemoglobin yesterday was 10.1 because I was down to 9.3. So that's a turn in the positive. However, some of the other indicators had actually gotten a little worse, and it's going to until I really get a handle on treating the actual cancer. The other thing, and this is really good news, and then I'll stop talking about cancer all the time. I got a summary from, you can get an automatic watering system. Yeah, guys, it would be really nice to have an auto water system. My son does, so I know it's possible. I just right now cannot afford to do that, and I can't do the work myself. So, and I'm certainly far from being a plumber. Anyway, I got the whole 411 on what the oncologist and the radiology oncologist is considering my cancer. So they have two diagnoses. Either it's a stage 2, if both tumors occurred at the same time, which is my theory, and none of us have a backwards crystal ball and can tell for sure, or I'm stage 4. And these are indeed two separate tumors, that this one is metastatic. Well, wait, I'm going to do it the other way. This one's metastatic. This one was original. Don't know. It is very significant, but one of the things it said is they are going to approach it for a cure. And that was not the original thought, because they thought I had metastasis. And not having it everywhere, and the fact that on the right lung, it's not even showing up on a PET scan before I had any treatment, only on biopsy, makes me very encouraged. Y'all, I have another theory about why they may have started simultaneously or spontaneously simultaneously. I wore a bone growth stimulator after my first back surgery, my second back surgery, and those are known, if you have a cancer, to make a cancer grow. So 6 years ago, when I had my last back surgery, I wore a bone growth stimulator for months and months and months, months and months. And that was right after they had found the nodules. So I don't know if that's what caused it. I will never wear a bone growth stimulator again, I will tell you that. And certainly I have a genetic cause, but what caused it to go from basically dormant to crazy? And the size of the tumor is actually larger than I thought. They measured it when they did the biopsy. So it's like 7 centimeters by 6 centimeters by 5 centimeters thick, something like that. So it's probably like that. So it's pretty good size. Anyway, so drop me a comment. What else would you like to see? Y'all, I would love nothing more than to go to the antique mall. I don't have the umption to walk that far, and I am not going to use a scooter. I did digital water timer hooked to the faucet. Yeah, I don't know, Victoria. I really need, my son is super good at plumbing because of the job that he has, and he's redoing his outdoor plumbing line. So I will ask him, but I hate asking him for help on stuff like that. But if I could have just even the, you know, the things where you throw the switch and it comes out the faucet, if I could have one for the chicken coop and one for the garden, it would be really nice. But it's all running off just one line of the back of the house, so I don't know if I could do that, if I would have even enough water pressure. So anyway, all right, guys. Well, thank you for the 8 of you who jumped on. If you have the ability and you don't mind, go ahead and smash that like button. And drop me a comment below. What would you like to see me do that's kind of sedentary. Yes, it would make it a lot less physical, Victoria. Where am I on the, I said I was going to get a swing. Y'all, I have so many medical bills that I can't do that right now. I'm having to kind of nip it in the bud, I don't want to end up at the end with this, I'm going to be paying it off for the rest of my natural lifetime and part of my kids, I'm trying to pay what I can as I go along because it's very expensive and the medications are unbelievably expensive. And the one that is shocking, of course, is the Trulicity. And unfortunately, they may keep me on, well, they are keeping me on the Trulicity because they said it would cause blood sugar spikes. I would probably be in deep doo-doo if I wasn't on the Trulicity. So we'll just have to see, how it goes along. Maybe I can find a Memorial or even a Labor Day clearance item because I'm just not into spending money right now. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining. Please enjoy a laugh at my expense. Just happy to have catch-up videos, do what I like. Yeah, I need to start cooking more, but guys, never in my life have I consumed so much convenience food, and I don't worry about if I need something, I stop and get it through the drive-through, and I'm just doing the best I can do with it because I've had a lot of nausea from the Trulicity, but I just don't have the energy. I have to decide how many spoons do I have today and what can I use them on. And sometimes I don't have any spoons left long before it would be time to fix dinner. All right, guys. Well, y'all take care. And if you're joining late, you can watch it on replay. Y'all, YouTube keeps taking away our ability to control our commercials, I guess you would call them, our ads. So I apologize. I have no control over what. Thank you, Kim. Yes, and the Lord does have me. And Frankie's been amazing through this whole thing. But anyway, not only can I not control the frequency of the ad or the length of the ad, you may get ads that you're like, why are they showing this ad, Well, your ads can be different for everybody that's watching it, so I can't tell what y'all get. I usually get ones for incontinence products, and I'm like, how did... But you know what? I used to order them for my mom all the time, so I bet that's why I get so many of those. Everything spies on us. All right, guys. Well, y'all take care, and until I see you again, be healthy, be well, be blessed. Appreciate your continued prayers.